Pakistan has once again shied away from addressing concerns over terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. The country's foreign minister Bilawal Bhutto, while speaking to WION, dodged a question on the Taliban dismissing claims of Azhar's presence in Afghanistan. Listen in.
So in less than a month, the FATF is meeting and it is set to take place. How will you convince the body at a time when the Taliban have literally rejected Pakistan's claim of Masood Azhar's presence? Do you think that will that have any impact on getting Pakistan out of the grey list?
I think Pakistan has made incredible progress as far as FATF is concerned. And we're moving in a positive direction to, inshallah ta'ala, as we say, enter into the whitelist. As far as our commitment to combating terrorism, that has nothing to do with FATF, that has nothing to do with whatever the people in charge of Afghanistan are saying today. We are committed for our own survival. Pakistan lost 80,000 civilians in this conflict, and we believe it is a question of our survival that we must take on extremism and terrorism.
Let's now understand why the Pakistan Foreign Minister ducked WION's question on Masood Azhar. There is a blame game going on between Pakistan and the Taliban on the JEM chief's whereabouts. Earlier this month, Islamabad, in a letter, asked Kabul to locate, report and arrest Masood Azhar. According to the Pakistan media, the letter said that Azhar could most likely be hiding in the Nangarhar or Kunar province of Afghanistan. Pakistan had also written to Afghanistan in January this year seeking Azhar's arrest. The Taliban, meanwhile, dismissed Pakistan's claims and called on Pakistan to refrain from making such allegations that lacked any proof and documentation. They've also warned that such allegations could affect bilateral ties. India believes that Islamabad's letter to Kabul was a smokescreen. Indian intelligence agencies say Masood Azhar is believed to be living in an inter-services intelligence or ISI safe house in Pakistan's Bahawalpur. Mohammad Masood Azhar Alvi, popularly known as Masood Azhar, is the founder and leader of Pakistan-based terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed and a United Nations designated terrorist. He's also on India's most wanted list. He was the mastermind of the 2016 Pathankot terror attack on an Indian airbase and the 2019 Pulwama attack that claimed the lives of 44 Indian soldiers. Bilawal Bhutto also said that India-Pakistan relations have been strained and that normalization of ties would be very difficult under the present circumstances.
Strong bilateral relations with many countries, and we've had a stumbling block when it came to India. The stumbling block for India has been that after August 2019, the path to peace between our two countries has been incredibly difficult. It is important for us to have managing relationships with anyone, reasonable relationships with anyone, but as I said in the answer to the earlier question, that until August 2019 is addressed, even those who believe in a more extensive relationship with India will find it difficult to have that conversation.
For more on that story, we're now joined by Sharat Shabharwal, former Indian High Commissioner to Pakistan. Ambassador, Bilawal Bhutto claims that the path to peace has been incredibly difficult with India since August 2019, I beg your pardon, when Article 370 was abrogated. According to you, is Pakistan hiding behind the 2019 issue?
Yeah, you see, Pakistan did not have an effective answer to the move which India made on the 5th of August 2019. Therefore, they opportunistically try to, exploit it to internationalize the Kashmir issue. But they didn't get much traction from the international community. So what did they do eventually? They took some steps which have painted them into a very tight corner when it comes to relations with India. Let me explain. For example, they suspended trade. Now that's a move that hurts the Pakistan economy much more than it hurts the Indian economy. And I am sure, I have no doubt that Indian machinery and goods with price advantage are going to Pakistan via third countries, as in the past when they had a restrictive trade regime, with a price markup for the Pakistani consumer. So Pakistani consumer suffers. So that's one move they made. The second, they started asking us to annul that move. Now, I don't see any government in India doing that in response to a Pakistani demand. And then I also ask myself what Pakistan has to do with Article 370. because they started questioning the accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India before Article 370 was introduced into the Indian Constitution. And their opposition to the accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India has outlasted abrogation of Article 370. So what do they have to do with this article? There seems to be an excuse not to engage with India and to say that the path is difficult, etc. That also raises a question in my mind, which I have asked myself time and again, which many in India ask, that while Pakistan shouts from the rooftops that they want to resolve the Kashmir issue, are they sincere in doing so? Or does the Pakistani establishment see it only as a stick to beat India with? Now, having said that, one also has to see that, the political situation in Pakistan today is extremely difficult. It's a very fractious polity. And it's not very easy for any government to take any positive steps towards India. Because Imran Khan is sitting ready to describe it as a sellout. So we'll have to wait for appointment of a new chief for things to clarify, possibly after their elections and so on. At the moment, the situation from their side is extremely difficult to take any positive steps. So yes, it's whatever he said on this August 5, 2019 move, it doesn't stand to logic.
Ambassador Sabharwal, does the minister's statement expose Pakistan's hypocrisy, considering that it's been a safe haven for terrorists for a very long time now?
Well, if we have a little time, I can explain to you. Now, Pakistan, as I said earlier, keeps on saying that they wish to resolve the Kashmir issue, but India is not sincere about it. Now, India has made various attempts to normalize the relationship, to find a solution, practical, forward-looking solution to the Kashmir issue. For example, when I was the High Commissioner, you would recall there were some back-channel discussions on Kashmir during the previous government here and the Musharraf regime. And some understandings were arrived at, which were some positive steps towards a possible solution in future. Now, we tried our best to take them to their logical conclusion, but Pakistan did not show the courage and wisdom to do so at that stage. Then the situation changed. Then Government of India on 5th of August 2019 decided to withdraw the special status of Jammu and Kashmir and downgrade it to a union territory, split it into 2 union territories. Then they started saying, well, we cannot engage with India now. We cannot find a solution. The path forward is difficult because India has taken this step. Now, if you see this history over the last 10 years, that would tell you, and again, brings me back to that question, are they sincere about resolving Kashmir? Or do they just see it as an opportunity to keep on criticizing India, possibly stir up trouble in the valley from time to time? I think this background must be kept in mind when we look at Bilawal Bhutto's answer.